But the match we were all expecting to be made official, and it was, maybe not in this fashion though, was the United States Championship match. John Cena, Austin Theory, WrestleMania 39. We got to the destination, but the route they took to go there, I know I already ranted to you about it before we hit live here. I ranted about it on Twitter I didn't really rant it. I just kind of voiced my concerns. I won't go too much off on it here because I've already spoken my piece for the most part, but I'll just say this. I just thought it was incredibly fucking dumb to do what they did with John Cena, and not for any one particular thing, but the way that he literally, and we don't use this word lightly, completely buried Theory on the mic. And maybe just because I see Theory as a potential star. If you don't like Theory, that's fine. You loved the promo because you fucking hate the guy for personal reasons because you don't think he's exciting. That's completely valid, honestly. I just think the idea that what they did was beneficial in any way, shape, or form is completely counterproductive to what they're trying to do with Theory. Regardless of whether he wins or not, I mean, if he loses, that's even worse. But even if he wins, I feel like, in short, more needs to be done to make Theory a threat, to make this promo worthwhile. Otherwise, this is going to be a massive turning point for Theory, where his development just goes down the toilet. Because I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this promo.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Theory guy. Like you said, a lot of people might not be. If that's your opinion. I think this guy, 25 years old, he's got the look, got the mic skills, got the in-ring action, easily can be a star of the company. We're thinking about it. You know, I said this a couple months ago, him and John Cena, we kind of poo-pooed it for a little bit because he kind of was like, lost his footing for a little bit, but, you know, we get back on track. He lost the briefcase, wins the Money in the Bank, or wins the United States champion. Everything's going well. Has a couple good matches with Bobby and Seth. Keeps defending the belt. We get to this moment. I'm like, all right, this is going to be good. You know, they're going to have probably a good back and forth. Lead to the match. And Cena fucking buries this guy. You can say what you want. Oh, they did it with Roman. Dude, Roman was, you said it, and I'll say it here. He was way more over than Theory currently is.
Yep.
He had wrestled in main events at WrestleMania, was a world champion, had run the Royal Rumble. He was basically the guy, and still is to this day, but it's just not the same. Like, Theory has to, like you said, he has to basically kill John Cena at this point. I don't know if this is going to lead into, like, the more aggressive side of Theory that we saw for, like, a hot second, and he kind of went away from it. Like, I don't know if, like, next week on Raw he's going to fucking put Dolph Ziggler in a wheelchair or something, but, like, we need to do something because people are like, oh, he's going to win. Dude, it doesn't even matter because Cena already told us that if he wins, it doesn't matter because he sucks. And that the only reason he took this match is because he said he was going to give up on the fans, which is just dumb to begin with. Didn't like the promo. I thought Theory looked like a fucking idiot, and Cena just buries the guy. He had no comeback, and then after that, he introduces Cody and just makes Theory look like a bigger piece of shit. I hated it. I almost hopped the rail, honestly. I was getting hot just standing there. I just don't understand. If someone that's potentially the future of the company and just do that to him, like you said, he could win. I don't know. Like you said, he would have to kill him. Like, after Cena said that it didn't matter if he won because no one cared about him, like, that was it. That was, like, the chapter books ended right there, like, unless he kills him.
Yeah, no, he literally said, and people were trying to tell me, well, what he meant by that was that, you know, he would go back out on Raw on Monday, we'll eat you alive. Okay, but that he still said the same thing, though. I mean, we were all watching the same show. He literally said, if you lose to me, you lose everything, which I'm not exactly sure what he loses, because Cena already said he sucks and said that he has no credibility, basically, so I'm not really sure exactly what he loses. But then he also said, if you win, you also lose everything. That sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. I mean, this idea that it's like, oh, this is what he... No. The idea of the match should be to put over Theory. That why would you do the match unless to put Theory over? Clearly he's going to win. I'm not stupid. If Cena wins, this whole... people making excuse... Oh, it's okay if he looks good in defeat. Listen, I was in that same spot. We had a conversation, dude, here on this show, a month ago, 2-3 weeks ago, about how I thought Cena could beat Theory and it would be okay. The game has changed, my friend. The game has changed. It is a completely different scenario, and I'm not backtracking on that. It's just not the same thing anymore, because I didn't think Cena would come out here on the show and completely destroy the dude. He said no. He did not want to face him, because he sucks, and he said no one cares about him, and they pipe in crowd noise during his matches, which... I don't think it's true for Theory. It's certainly true for other people on this show they may not want to admit, but it is true for him. So I mean, I'm sorry, it's not true for him. I apologize. It's not. I've been to enough shows I could tell you it's not true for him. But even if it was, I'm not really sure why you would point that out and bury your own product. That's a little weird. Cena's not around, but I don't know, man. He's the guy. People will take what he says seriously, and perception is everything. Why would we as a fan want to see Cena face this guy that you just said is not worth your time, and that you just said isn't good, and that you just said is, he doesn't have anything. He lacks credibility, and he's a loser, and despite the fact he's the champion, which you completely buried the fucking title, which made no sense. The man just beat 5 other people inside the Elimination Chamber, and you just said no one cares. Give me a fucking break. I mean, honestly, that's more of a knock at the company. If you're saying that no one cares about Theory and he's getting pushed to win this many matches, I don't think that really falls on Theory. The company's at fault for the ones that are pushing him, but I know we're kind of blurring the lines between reality and fiction here. I get that. I just feel like it was so counterproductive because it's not as simple as people think as, oh, Theory can just beat Cena. I don't think so, and I don't even think Cena would even hold his hand, raise his hand, as people said. I mean, Theory wouldn't even accept that. I mean, isn't he supposed to be a heel? That doesn't make much sense. Theory has to beat him decisively. I mean, he would have to straight up squash him, in my opinion, to make this worthwhile. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Theory is done, he's finished, he's buried. The cash-in was pretty fucking dumb, too, and they came back from that. I'm just saying I am very, very, very skeptical, and this is what my tweet said, for word. You can go back and check it out, word for word. I'm skeptical that Theory could be done and could be finished, depending on how this is followed up. And I understand the notion. Maybe it was done to fire up Theory. They've done this shit before with Roman Reigns, like you said. Roman Reigns was the same fucking person before, after, and during that promo from John Cena. That promo changed nothing. It changed nothing. Roman Reigns is in the position he is in now because of Roman Reigns. It did not wake up Roman Reigns. It did not make Roman Reigns better overnight. Roman Reigns was still the same bland, boring performer pre and post Cena promo. Cena did fucking nothing to help put over Roman. I mean, he lost to Roman. Cool. People still fucking booed the guy. It didn't matter. With Theory, he's not even on that level. You don't even have... And also, Roman Reigns was the one who buried himself. He was the one who forgot his line. Cena didn't really do much more than what Roman's already did. Theory didn't even really have a chance to respond. I mean, you could say, oh, they have... It's a wait-and-see approach. Time will tell. Oh, my... I mean, with this nonsense, like... It's not a... I mean, it is a wait-and-see approach, but these people are giving Triple H and this company too much credit in this circumstance. I mean, that was insanely fucking dumb. I mean, I'm not really sure why you would do that, other than the idea is, oh, no one cares about him, but if he beats me, then people are going to care. Then why didn't he didn't say that? That's not what he said. He said people will not care. And that's what Cena says. What Cena says goes, and people will believe Cena. And he points at the fact, oh, you come out with glasses and you dress like a loser. At that point, then he's got to scrap the gimmick, right? I mean, unless he comes out this week kicking babies and stuff, I mean, he has to switch up his gimmick again. And this gimmick it's not like he was making fun of the selfie crap. I mean, that shit was undercard nonsense. He's not doing that anymore. What he's doing now, oh, is generic. Okay, listen, I understand why people would say that, but the fact of the matter is what WWE has done with him in the last couple of months has worked. It's not like he gets no reaction. He's been made to look like a mid-card scaredy cat heel, chicken shit heel. I get that at certain instances in recent months. They started out by making him more aggressive, and then he wasn't again. I don't know, man. I just feel like this is really dumb. And if they just have him beat Cena and then go back to facing Akira Tozawa on Raw, again, nothing was accomplished. It does fall on Theory. He has to rise to the occasion. I get this. He's not completely, clear in this. I mean, he needs to also rise to the occasion. I'm just not really sure why they would completely... To say that people don't care about someone, that's even worse than saying that no one likes you. That's even worse. In reality and in wrestling, and you don't hear that shit often, and Cena's never really said that, unless it's true, and it's not true about Theory, but it might become true because he said it, that makes sense. So, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I thought this was a trash approach to build up this match.
I'm still mad to this day. I mean, this is 3 days later, I'm still pissed about it. I just, like you said, I don't know if it's more to just, like you said, because the whole, aggressive thing, happened, and then it kind of, went away after he won, so maybe it's, he rested on his laurels because he, won the belt back, and then he kind of, lost that mean streak. But, even then, like you said, he made fun of his gimmick. Like, I don't even think his gimmick's that bad, honestly. Like, I think he's a good-looking heel. Like, he's in shape. Like, I think what he has now is good. I think it's a lot better than what he was doing before, and just leaps and bounds where he was when he started on the main roster 3 years ago. So, I didn't really understand their approach. He said maybe he's going to get more of a mean streak. But after Cena said if he beats him, it doesn't matter. Like I said, unless Cena raises his hand after, like it's The Rock and Cena from fucking 29, I really don't understand what else he could do.
I mean, what is he going to make out with him and endorse him, like, just by, like, completely putting him over, like, adopting him as his own child? I mean, like, what are we doing here? I just don't think beating him, after that promo, I don't think beating him is enough. Because you just said people don't care about him. What's going to make people care about him? Beating you? You just said that doesn't matter, so I don't think so. I'm in the minority in this. I know we're in the minority, so I'm kind of talking to a wall here, but there were a decent amount of people that agreed with me online when I spoke out about this the other day. More than I thought, actually. I don't know, man. I just think pointing out people's weaknesses like that when they are valid. Cena, a lot of what Cena said was true to an extent. Not the part where I think he said that he sucks. I don't agree with that, or that no one cares about him. I also don't really agree with that either. People remember that stuff, and then it'll cause fans to sour on these people because they take what they say as gospel. I mean, with Adam Cole, what he said about Cross wasn't exactly untrue, but if you're pointing out all of his weaknesses, then it's like, oh, you know what? Actually, you're kind of right. Like, he's actually not that good, and you know what? He kind of actually is an entrance. Why would you say that about someone that you're trying to build up? That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I thought the approach was garbage. I mean, I was already looking forward to the match, but I thought that was really counterproductive. I don't know. For a guy that is not established, it's not the same thing as Roman Reigns. They are in two different careers. Roman Reigns was going to be over no matter what coming out of that Cena program, and that Cena promo did not fix Roman Reigns. People remember it because it was entertaining. They don't remember it because it helped Roman. It didn't help Roman do shit. I mean, Roman was still doing the same bad promos at that point. Didn't accomplish really anything, honestly. They thought people would, like, he endorsed Roman, and he's the guy. He wasn't. I mean, he was already the guy. Roman Reigns was already the guy. Dumb. Anything else to say about this, though?
He better win. That's all I got. He fucking better win.
And he has to win decisively, too.
Cena can't take another one.
And he has to win decisively.
Very decisively.
Very decisively. I don't know.
I can't do it again. I can't. This is like bringing Bray Wyatt shit, and I think Theory even has a bread. I can't do another Cena loss at Mania. I can't.
Nah,
even if he wins and he blows Theory after the fact, it doesn't matter. He needs to win.
No. Cena winning and then what? Raising his hand after the fact, that does nothing.
Oh my god, I'm having night terrors just thinking about it.
It's all about the aftermath. We say it a lot. I should get it on a shirt, but it's all about the aftermath and how they handle Theory from here, how they handle him next week, the week after. The guy needs a strong rebuttal. A very strong rebuttal. He needs to beat the fuck out of Cena before Mania. The problem is, I'm not sure if Cena's going to show up again before WrestleMania. We have, 3 Raws left, I think? He's not advertised for Raw on Monday in Providence when we're going. He's not advertised for, I don't think, any other shows between now and Mania. They might have filmed something between Theory and Cena. I heard a couple of months ago they might air at some point. Beyond that, there might not be many more Cena segments, if any more Cena segments between now and then. Theory needs to come out and really cut a great promo. None of this scripted crap. Like, he really needs to come out and show that he's worth this push. Because if he's not, they're just exposing him as being weak, getting buried, and then we're wasting everyone's time. So I see, again, what exactly is accomplished, I don't know. So
like I said, it would have to be like a mean streak, and like I said, just like the next, if you're not getting any Cena, it's just him, like I said, like destroying baby faces, and just be like, oh, like, you think I'm fucking this? Just like kill Dolph Ziggler, kill Mustafa Ali, like just run through all those lower baby faces, just like beat the living shit out of them, and then like cut great promos. That's all I can think of. If Cena's not gonna be around, that's basically how you build them up, like. That's all you can really do, right?
Yeah, between now and Mania, you don't really have a choice because if Cena's not there, other than cutting promos, then he needs to go out there and show more of a mean streak and show that Cena's words affected him. Because it comes down to the booking, too. I mean, they booked this promo. I don't know if Cena went into business for himself, but WWE must have approved the promo, so they clearly were on board with that. I don't know. It's like when a babyface gets attacked before a pay-per-view. Okay, you'll make up for it by them winning. This was a pretty deep cut, though. This wasn't just, we took one, then Theory will get his. He'll give Cena his comeuppance next week. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. After a promo like that I don't think people will forget, I feel like you need to do a lot to convince people that Theory's a big star. I think he can be that guy, so people might question, then why are you worried? Because what Cena says goes. It doesn't even matter sometimes how good Cena might be, or I'm sorry, how good his opponent is. If Cena says the guy sucks, then to a lot of people he's going to suck, regardless of how good he actually is. That's just how it is, and that's how it's been for in years past. Cena has done this before, but not often lately, and especially not to someone like an Austin Theory where he was like, you don't have potential, you're awful, whatever. Very weird. He was like, I'm the ghost of your Christmas future. It's like, okay, but how can you be the future Cena if you just said no one cares about you? It's very weird. Very weird. Hopefully they can correct course with this and I can be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong here, but I was still not overly satisfied or convinced that what they did on Monday was the right way to go. So we'll see how they follow it up in the coming weeks.